Welcome to Magic to Millions,
We document this guy's journey
where I take this stuff.
and turn it into this stuff.
All right, guys. So, let's see. It's been an interesting couple weeks. Let's talk. Let's see what this episode's going to be. We're going to do play packs. We'll do a bulk update again because, it's due for that. And I don't know. I think that'll be it. So, ladies and gents, and to the one girl watching the show, play packs, right? This is Wizards of the Coast's solution to tanking the draft boxes with set boxes that they totally created of their own volition and will and made it their own problem. So, what are my thoughts on this? So, I did some poking around and some asking. Some local players who play mostly EDH, some people who play casually around the table, who play CDEH. I tried to poke around the bear a little bit and see what was there. I found people didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know it was a thing yet. Some people knew about it that followed it a lot more closely, and they were generally upset about it. I think the general reception for this is that overall it's a good thing. Personally, I think it's a self-inflicted problem that could have been avoided. They undermined the draft box by producing set boxes, and that was a ploy to try and generate more profit for the shareholders, which I understand. What they have now done to fix the lack of sales and effectively this massive loss now, or lack of profit in draft boxes due to the mining of set boxes and collector boxes, is that they are now combining draft and set and making it one little Super Lion mini robot thing. And this new product is now more expensive because it's 36 packs times $5, so like $150, $160. Maybe you can pre-buy it from a store for $140, $130 if you're lucky. Which means draft is more expensive. Which means pre-release is more expensive. Which means all these things are more expensive. Which is kind of a problem. But it's great if you're a shareholder at Hasbro because it means more money. But the problem is it kind of undermines the entire point of the draft box, which was supposed to be a cheap, playable product. Set boxes were like the next upgrade, which was kind of like whatever. I never bought any personally. Did I? I think I might have bought one. Collector boxes are what your mass opening product has been lately because that's where all your rares and mythics are. It's where all your juice is at. Sorry, my cat's being a pain in the butt. It's where all your money is at now because where the singles are at, and you want your highest rare and mythic EV. These new set play packs are, what is it? It's like 1 or 2 rares and mythics and like 3 uncommons, 6 commons, a token and a basic land, something like that. I think I'm close-ish. It's 14 cards instead of 15. Woo! We saved 10% of our margin. Oh, money! It's falling from the sky. But the problem is like they've now created a more expensive product that makes it harder for people to just go in and buy a box. So people are forced to buy packs now. It makes your pre-releases expensive, which means LGSs aren't going to have as many people doing pre-releases. I mean, they might. Who knows? People are just, maybe they're just so degenerate they don't care. And they're like, F it. I'll pay $45 now instead of $30 for my pre-releases. I don't care. Like, maybe we're all just so much of a degen that we just don't give a crap. And it won't matter. But, I mean, I think the long-term impacts are not going to be great for this choice. Like, it's not the best of both worlds. Like, what they probably should have done was just get rid of set boxes and then add the list to the draft box, and it probably would have been fine. And then you just leave the CBs and the drafts, and you just call it a day. And you're good to go. And you bring the value back to the draft boxes, or you just get rid of the draft boxes, reduce the number of cards in the set boxes, which is what they tried to do. And then you keep the price the same on the set boxes. That would have been really smart too if they just kept this. They just went from 24 packs to 36 and kept the price like the same / went up 5%. I think everyone would have been ecstatic about that change. But the problem is they just didn't, and they just made it more expensive and got rid of the cheap crap. Um, so looping back into the kind of some of the local people that I talked to about their opinions, some of the guys that I talked to, some of the opinions that really stood out to me, right? One of them was that this was a change that was made for shareholders, which is pretty obvious. But their comment after that really got me. It was, they made this change because Big Watsy cannot get over the fact that people don't draft. And I was like, what do you mean people don't draft? And he's like, dude, who sits down, goes to an LGS, and buys a booster box, and then sits there and drafts the entire box, card by card, around the circle, the entire box? And I'm like, I mean, some people draft. He's like, sure, some, but how many? Like, almost no one drafts. Like, it's not what people do. They play EDH, they play CEDH, they play Pauper, they play, 12 other things, standard, modern. There's so many other things that people go do because it takes less time. To do a full draft pod is like, that's a 2 to 4 hour commitment. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but I mean, like, that's what that product is. He's like, yeah, and no one does it really. It's just, they're trying to hold on to this idea that everyone drafts the product and that's how everyone plays. But the reality is they don't. And I'm like, I mean, I guess you're kind of right. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, fair enough. I mean, this product won't be affected by that. But because they're trying to keep this product draftable for something that people just don't do anymore, it's kind of doing more harm than foul, or more harm than good. Sorry, I kind of mixed that up. And I was like, that's pretty fair, because it hurts people buying boxes. It hurts, people going to pre-releases. It just makes it more expensive for everyone. Like, it's not a good outcome from what could have been there. They could have just kept drafts in 6-packs and literally had them be draft packs and sell it as its own SKU. Here's a 6-pack draft pack. Number of people in your pod, go ham. Like, whatever, it's done. But instead they've made this standard product and they've tried to force it to be more expensive and adhere to this image they have that people are drafting. And I was like, man, that is an interesting take. So I mean, comment down below, guys. Do you guys still draft? Do you know people that draft? How often do you draft? Is that a regular thing that you do? And if it is, let me know. If not, ask some other people, how many people actually draft? I'm kind of curious. Like, let's kind of crowdsource a little bit. Let's see what we know. The last draft that I did was actually a Ice Age and a Homelands merged Chaos draft thing. And that was like months ago. I haven't drafted a new product in years, if ever, I think. I don't think I've ever actually drafted a new product. I've done like pre-releases and stuff, and I've played decks, but I don't think I've ever actually drafted a new product because it just takes so much time. And I was like, dang, I'm one of those people. Like, I'm literally one of them. So, it was a very interesting take, and it really made me like think for a second. I was like, dang. Huh. Okay. Well, interesting. Let's see. What's some of the other spicy stuff that I found? Watsy admitted to watching the secondary market, which is, we all knew that was a thing. Woo! So loop-de-doo-doo. Big deal. Woo! They're monetizing the secondary market as well. We've known they've been doing it the entire time, but now they've admitted to it. So yay! Anyway, confetti bomb. It's an interesting update. I do wonder where things are going to go. I think sales are going to drop. I think the big bomb they did with the Ravnica remastered on Amazon dumps for like weeks, like that. I've already talked to some stores and they've basically just told me they're going to put a pre-order up and they're not ordering a single box past what the pre-order window is. So when they close that pre-order window, they're not buying a single box over that and they're not stocking it. And I've heard several people are doing this. So, yikes. So that was a big oof. I think we've kind of beaten the play pack and the Ravnica thing. That was oof. It might be a good product to buy, though, because no one's going to buy it. So there's not going to be crap in the market for it. Who knows? But there's something else I might be doing soon, too. I'll post the update in the chat if I end up doing it. I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm talking to my buddy about me going in on something. We'll see. It's kind of dumb, probably, but who knows? We'll see. And let's see. Man, there was something else really spicy that my buddy told me. power creep. That's what it was. He made an interesting point, right? So like the draft boxes it's like 2 uncommons and a rare / mythic, right? The new ones are 3 uncommons and 2 rares / mythics, roughly, or like whatever the ratio is, right? And he's like, yeah, it's going to introduce power creep. And I was like, what? What do you mean power creep? He's like, yeah, every time you draft now, there's more uncommons and rares, so your decks are going to be more powerful. I was like, holy shit, bro, what? That blew my mind. I was like, bro, what? So I was like, yeah, there's going to be more uncommons and rares in the pools now, so there's going to be more power creep because these cards are going to be more easy to access for people. So the drafts are going to have more power in them. Like, there's going to be cheaper, more powerful decks. I was like, what? He's like oddly insightful. I was like, that's a really insightful thing to say. Like, there's going to be power creep because they increase the amount of powerful cards in the packs that are being opened by the players. I was like, yeah, that's actually probably true. So I'm going to be kind of interested to see how that goes too, because there is just going to be more power in the field now for people to pool off of and buy. And I was like, that's really accurate. So anyway, enough of the depressing WotC news. What have I been doing with bulk? We got more. There's bulk galore. We got more bulk. Yay. There's bulk everywhere. It's over here and over there. And I have more boxes in here now. So I got a bunch of stuff organized. I got a bunch of stuff sorted, a bunch more stuff listed. Throneville Drain's in here now. Ultimate Master's in here. I have some Modern Horizon 1 stuff now. I'm working on Origin and Battle for Zendikar next, and then I'm going to do Conspiracy 1 and 2, I think. And that'll get me a pretty decent hunk of the way through the bulk, I think. And then I can start targeting all these like mixed boxes that are just, there's a bunch of crap in them that are going to take longer for me to sort. I'm going to have to take these 4 rows here. And basically what I'll do is, as I sort these sets, I'll have like 20 or 30 of these things laid out. And I'll basically just be putting cards into them. And whenever I get a 4-row full, I'll sort the 4-row out, separate them and stuff, by color. And just keep cataloging and moving. And, go through 20 or 30 boxes, see where I'm at. When I get 10, 15,000 cards, sort, rinse, repeat, sort, rinse, repeat. I'm hitting about 5 to 10 orders a day. It fluxes. Sometimes I get 3 or 4. Sometimes I get 15. Sometimes I get 10. Sometimes I get 2. It's, I'm getting a pretty good throughput. I've gotten 4 orders today, I think, and it's a Saturday, so it's a little bit slower. And some of these orders, I get 20 card orders, I get 2 card orders, I get a lot of 1 card orders. It's varying ups and downs. I'm quickly approaching about $500 net now out of the bulk. So I do have quite a long way to go with the $43,069 that I spent to get all this home and buy. But I'm just going to keep saying different numbers, by the way, every time now, because I don't remember what it was now. I think it was 38, 39, something like that. Call it 40, because I bought a bunch of boxes and crap too. But call it $43,069, because why not? But, it doesn't seem like a lot, but like $500 is half of 1,000. It's, 5% of 10,000. So, it's almost 1% it's over 1% of what I had to recoup from my investment for here. And you're like, oh God, Richard, that sucks. You've recouped 1% of your investment in 2 weeks. But that's the thing. It's in 2 weeks, which means if I recoup 1% of my investment every 2 weeks and I continue to do that every month, that's 2% a month. And let's wait for it, a big old whopping 24% a year. Woo! So, looking at like $10,000 to $15,000 a year in passive income for my bulk now. And, I'll be putting that towards more bulk and then buying more and then cataloging, buying more, cataloging, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Until eventually someone just offers me an absurd amount of money to buy me out of my bulk. Whatever. We'll see. But, that's kind of the update for now. We're moving 3 to 5 orders a day. Sometimes 10, sometimes 5, whatever. We're getting good. We're getting good throughput, anywhere from, I think I'm averaging about $40 a day total between all my other side singles, the bulk and everything else. Bulk's probably like 20, 25 a day right now. And, it adds up quick. And, it's just a grind process, guys. Like, keep grinding out there. Doing a little bit better this week. I don't know if I'm going to talk about it on the channel or not, but I had a really rough couple weeks. Some pretty hard losses. They definitely hit pretty hard. One especially so than the other, but it's it's one of those things, guys. I'm getting married next week. You just kind of gotta just buckle down. You mourn, you feel the pain, and you just got to get back up on your feet and you got to keep going. That's ultimately what makes the difference between someone that crawls into a corner and fails, and someone that gets up, keeps walking, and succeeds eventually. And that's what we're about in this channel. Like, we're here to succeed. We're here to persevere through terrible markets, and we're going to succeed eventually. It's we're gonna grind it out. We're gonna get there, and it's just a matter of time, guys. Like, you just keep working, keep looking for the deals. They're out there. There's deals in Flesh and Blood. There's deals in Sorcery. There's deals in MetaZoo. There's deals everywhere. I sold a MetaZoo box last week. I hate MetaZoo. Like, whatever. But I sold a box. Like, who cares? Whatever. Just take it. Like, in this market, if you can get it, just take it. Like, it's, get up, keep grinding. Just keep grinding, keep grinding. That's all that matters. But, guys, it's getting a little bit longer than I wanted, so I'll let you all go. My videos and stuff are going to be all recorded for this week, so these are good to go. This is the last thing I needed. And then, yeah, guys, I'll be married, and I'll have a ring on this finger here soon after this Friday. And, that'll be that. I'll see you guys later. Stay safe out there. Stay thirsty. Keep grinding. And talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.